second ASMR video. So that is what I'm doing today. So, I want to put a little bit of a disclaimer in. You will hear background noises because I have my window open. So you hear, I think that's a frog or a toad, and the train is going past right now, so you hear the horn going off. So I'm so sorry about that, but I can only really record these types of videos at night, and I really wanted to get out another video for you. You can see that the lighting is a little bit different this time around. I wanted to give more of light, obviously, so that way you could actually see what the triggers were more better, or more easier. What is going on with my bangs, dude? So I went out and I bought a few other things that I think would sound really good. My mother actually helped pick some of these triggers out, and we're just gonna give it a go. And at the end, I will give you another card, like I did in the previous video, to send you off to sleep with a little bit of a message. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I found this little heart in Five Below, and it is really, really sparkly, and I just thought it was really cute, and it makes some nice sounds too. I'm really sorry you can hear that frog or toad in the background. Let's see. And now the train is going off. I'm so sorry, guys. So, I'm really surprised because the train really hasn't been coming around lately. So, to hear it, and the horn going off, it's like, oh, okay, we're getting closer to the warmer months, which is, nice. I am a spring girl. I love spring and fall. Those are my top two favorite seasons of the year. I don't really like summer too much because it gets really hot, and I don't like being hot. And I don't like winter either because it is really, really cold, and I get cold very easily. I normally end up with 6 blankets on and heavy duty socks. So, but it's nice to hear that the train is going and, doing its thing. Okay, so I'm going to move on to another trigger. Again, I'm sorry if you can hear me putting things down, but I don't want to cut the video because some of you said that you didn't like videos being cut and you liked having it uncut, so that is what I will be doing until you say otherwise, or I figure it out. I don't know, whichever comes first. So, I saw another ASMRist do this trigger, and I like this trigger very much. Again, I wish I knew her name because I see her on specifically TikTok. I don't really see her on ASMR and also like the music covers and dancing and stuff like that, because that is who I am as a person. I dance and I sing and I make music covers and I'm writing songs, but I don't have any, songs of my own out yet, but it will be coming within the next couple of years, hopefully. So, I don't know if this video is going to be as long as the other video because I didn't get a lot, but I got, like a few things that I wanted to try out in videos. This sort of sounds like rain hitting the roof. Do you know what I mean? I wonder how this sounds stacking. I mean, it doesn't sound, I don't know, maybe some people like this sound, but I don't really know. Oh, well, that wasn't a nice sound. Or that. Okay, I think we're done with these for a little bit. Or for now, because that was absolutely insane. So, I wanted to try to find, like those, what are they? They're not fidgets, but they're like used, like they're almost like stress balls, but they're not stress balls. They're like these squishy toys that you can, squeeze and then they like come back to its original form. I searched for those and I could not find them. So maybe in the future when I find those, that might be a nice trigger too. But I did find these eye patches, or I guess, yeah, they're eye patches, and they have little bows on them. If you can see that, probably not because the light is so messed up, but they have little blue bows on them, which match my dress today. I'm so happy that the weather is getting warmer because I like when it is in like the 70s or 80s because I get to wear all of my pretty dresses. But I don't like when it's too hot and you get like the humidity. That's what I don't like about summer, is when it gets to the level of being so hot that you feel sticky. So, I really don't know what I have planned going in the future. I feel like I'm just going to go with the flow, like I was talking about in the previous video, that, things happen for a reason, and we never know what that reason is until it happens, and then we're like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. So, I think these are really, really weird, but they're like, I don't know, they like feel like of feels like those old aquarium toys where they had the water and you could, squish the water around to like move the, I think it was a turtle. I don't think it was a fish, but you could like squish the water and move the turtle around the game. If anybody has seen what I am talking about, because I was talking to other people about this and they had no idea what I was talking about. So maybe it's one of the Matrix effects or something. It's kind of like how the Fruit of the Loom logo, everybody thought that it had the cornucopia, and Fruit of Loom said no, that they never had the cornucopia, they only had fruit as their label. So that's a Matrix effect, I guess. I just wanted to do this video again because you guys did ask for another video. So if you ask for videos, I'm going to try to do as best as I can to get the videos out. I'm just, it might be like a few days before I get videos out because I have other things going out, but I do want to, make everybody happy. And I kind of do like making ASMR videos. I find it very relaxing. It's nice to just sit around and kind of talk and tap and scratch and, all the other fun things about ASMR. It kind of reminds me of elementary school when me and my friends would, hang around and have sleepovers and, we would whisper and gossip and talk, and it was just nice. So I think I'm gonna be done with these because I'm like been messing with these for a while and I don't really know if they made nice sounds or not. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my dress moving around. The fabric makes sound when I move, so that is what you guys are probably hearing is my dress moving. So, let's see, what else do I want to do? Oh, I saw this one ASMRist, and I'm pretty sure you'll know who I'm talking about because she is like one of the sweetest ASMRists that I've come across. And she has one of these. Oh, sorry, that was a weird sound. She has one of these. It's not a pen, but it's like I think it's a makeup brush. And, she just drags her nails up and down the scales because it's a mermaid tail. And mine goes from like this pinkish color to purple to blue. And I saw it and I was like, oh, that's going to sound really, really good because when she does it, it sounds really good. And she also brings it up and does this. is a shell. And I also picked up this little dry brush because I want to find like the perfect brush sound. And I know I did do a brushing in my previous video that was with a makeup brush, but I have this dry brush here to try out, and I don't know, I think they all have their pros and cons, but you tell me what you think is the best. To me, this kind of looks like a giant toothbrush. You know, like scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. Brush up, brush up, brush up, brush up, brush up. Oh my gosh. If you guys have seen the Grease movie, you will know exactly what that just reminded me of. When they were at the sleepover, there was this commercial, and I think it was a beaver, and he was singing a song, and one of the pink ladies was, singing the song and doing, putting on a little show, and she got hit by a pillow from one of the other girls. But that reminded me of Grease because of the brush up, brush up, brush up, scrub, scrub, scrub. I'm really upset because I was a theater kid in school, and our theater director promised to do Grease our senior year, and we did not do Grease. Instead, we ended up doing Annie, and I really don't like Annie. I mean, I think it's cute, but it's not one of my favorite plays or musicals to do. I would have preferred to do something else, but it wasn't my choice. Okay. I also have, oops, my earbud is trying to come out. I got new earbuds because I couldn't hear really out of one side with the other earbuds. So now I have these purple earbuds, and I'm trying to get used to them because they're not like my normal, because when I listen to music, I use the wireless earbuds, so they don't have the wire attached. Or I use my, big headphones. And so it's a little bit different to have a wire connected to me. So, yeah. And so this is a nail brush, and we got the little side which exposes more of this wood. And we have this larger side. But yeah, it was really fun. Oops, sorry. My throat is making weird sounds. It's probably really upset with me because I didn't sleep with my humidifier on last night, and my room gets very dry. So my throat makes sounds often. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I'm a little embarrassed that it happened again. authentic and, that kind of stuff. So, but it was really fun to go shopping with my mom and sister, and it was really, really cute because they were helping me pick things out. They were going up and down the aisles and they were like, oh, would this make a good sound? Or would this, be good for your videos? So it was nice that they really wanted to help me out, and it was nice that they were included in helping me pick things out. I feel like both sides sounds similar or like almost the same, except for the fact that this side has more of this wood exposed, and you can see more and hear more like tapping and scratching on the wood compared to this side, because this side doesn't really have, too much open space, because this is the brush and like this is the wood. But I thought maybe it would make a good sound, and I'm really hoping that the light is good for you guys, because I didn't want it to be too bright, but I also didn't want it to be as dark as the other video, because when I was looking back at that video, I realized it was very dark and you guys really couldn't see what I was doing. What was your guys' first time discovering ASMR, or tingles, or triggers? For me, it was in elementary school, where we all kind of sat in a big, huge circle, and we would draw things on each other's backs using our fingertips, or we would play hangman, or used our backs as kind of like an erase board to do spelling. So that is the first time that I really had an ASMR moment where it felt nice and relaxing. I also liked getting my hair brushed when I was younger, and but like only certain people could do it, right? Because if they pulled on my hair when I had tangles, it was like, no, I don't like this. And my hair is thin, so it does tangle very easily. But, it's healthy. I mean, a few years ago, it wasn't really healthy. I was in beauty school, like I said, and I dyed my hair. So I bleached my hair quite often, and I had silver hair. Well, actually, I started off with just purple tips, and then I moved on to blue tips. And for those of you who have dyed your hair, you know how hard it is to get blue out of your hair. So I had to wait for it to basically lighten on its own. And then I bleached my hair, and after that I went to like a lilac color, because because lilac is my favorite color. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys can tell. But after lilac, I went silver. And I really liked having lilac and silver hair. It was really pretty. I also think I did a like peekaboo too somewhere in there because I remember having a purple back and then blonde in the front, but I also had like little pieces of purple in my bangs, but I don't remember when that was. I think it was in the beginning of my hair journey before I bleached my entire hair. So, but it really damaged my hair because I was doing bleaching so often, and I ended up having to cut my hair really short, and I hated it because I really couldn't feel like I could do anything with that kind of hair. And you know, from someone who went from having long hair to having short hair, I kind of felt ugly too. So it really was a confidence dampener. So now that my hair has grown out and it is back to being healthy, the only thing I really do is I do a lightener. So my hair lightens to the color of my natural highlights. And I prefer it that way because I think that darker hair looks horrible on me. Because there was a time where I had to wear a black wig because I was a haunt actress. So I worked at one of the haunted trails and I wore a black wig and it looked horrendous on me. I looked dead, which for that job, obviously it was a good thing, but I decided I would never go to a dark color. It wouldn't look good on me on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so I also have this. Oops. Again, you're gonna hear me putting things down and picking things up, but I have this hair massager, and I thought that it would make good sounds. Like maybe potentially sounding like your hair was being brushed. So that was that, where it was maybe sounding like your hair was being brushed. So I also have 2 more triggers, and then I'm going to do something that one of you requested, or at least try to do what one of you requested, and then I'm going to give you a card for the day and end the video. So I got these little sparkly pens, and they look like little pom-poms. And my mother picked these up in the store, and she did stars. What are they called? The little puffs. I don't know what they're called, but they're pretty and, you know. They kind of remind me of around the 4th of July, you would get these, they're not fireworks, but like they're handheld, you know, sticks that you would light up, and you could use them to like spell things out. It was really cool. I can't remember what they're called, but it reminds me of the 4th of July when we would get those little sticks. That frog is having the time of its life. So, I also have another little pen here, and this one is a little star, and it has these little confetti stars on the inside. And it has like something glittery inside the pen itself. But yes, Five Below is a very, very dangerous store because you go in there and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna get a few things, and then you see all of the cute things and you're like, oh no. I spent a lot of money in that store, but it was well worth it. And this, I can like, it's like a little magic wand, you know, bippity boppity boo. That's cute, bippity boppity boop. But yes, it has these little sparkly confetti on the inside, and it moves around. Okay, so now I'm going to attempt to do this. I don't really know how well this is going to go, but I figured I might as well try. forget-me-nots on the card. So, forget-me-nots means eternal love, or to not forget a lover. And it has a hand placing a domino down into the rest of the dominoes. And it's a oval looking picture. And it says, imagination in action. Your imagination is boundless. It's time to turn dreams into action. That's a nice card to leave us off on. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I am sorry about the random noises, like my throat making sounds, or the frog or toad making sounds, and the train in the background with the horn. But hopefully this relaxed you enough to fall asleep or to relax while you are working. Thank you again for tuning in to this video, and please let me know if there is anything else that you guys would like me to do. I'm not the craftiest person on the planet, but I will attempt some things. Or if you just want a video of me just whispering or just doing triggers silently, so just let me know down below. And thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a good night's rest.